Style is a huge blind spot for many guys, and it can be such an easy way to upgrade your look in a short amount of time. Having a good masculine style is huge for attracting more women, gaining respect from men, and just feeling good about yourself in general. So if you get this part of your game right, you will be blown away by the results. And in this video, I want to run down a list of 7 things that'll help you to start dressing better and looking better. Number 1, 80% of men's style is about being in shape. Now, I hit on this point in a lot of my content, but I want to drive it home again. 80% of men's style is really about being in shape, because when you're in good shape, you look good in nearly everything. And in my opinion, the ultimate style test for a man is how good you can look in a t-shirt and jeans. If you can make something simple like a t-shirt and jeans look good, you're gonna look good in general and have plenty of options to pick from in terms of clothing. Keep in mind, you don't have to be a shredded Instagram fitness dude or anything. I'm talking about just getting your body fat down to a healthy athletic level and adding some muscle to your frame to build up some key areas like your shoulders, your chest, your arms, and your back. Number 2, start with the basics. In my experience, a lot of guys don't want to deal with the hassle of shopping and putting together a new wardrobe. It's just easier to grab something comfortable and go along with their day. But the problem with this is that's how you end up looking like the average Joe who doesn't put a lot of effort into his look and looks like everybody else. Instead, make the process easy on yourself to start with and begin to build up some of the basics. As a good starting point, shop for some plain t-shirts in neutral colors like white, black, gray, charcoal, and navy. If you have darker skin, you can also add tan or sandy tones to this list and lighter colors in general, which I'll get more into later. For pants, get a pair of black jeans, a pair of light wash jeans, and a darker wash blue jean. For shoes, get a pair of plain white sneakers such as a Stan Smith by Adidas, or if you've got more cash to spare, you can never go wrong with Common Projects. A quality pair of brown leather boots and Chelsea boots in various neutral colors are also great to have for the colder months, and they go with many outfits. Nice boots are also an easy way to elevate a simple outfit to a look that's more eye-catching. For shorts, look into buying some chino shorts and some relaxed shorts with a drawstring. Again, go for more neutral colors to start with because you can interchange them with other pieces more easily. It's much easier to match navy shorts with another color versus turquoise or some awkward color that doesn't go with much. Also, it's critical that you buy shorts that rest above the knee. Whatever you do not cover your knees with your shorts. Not only does this look childish, but it makes you look shorter and it's not flattering at all. Look for a 9-inch inseam at the most and experiment with a 7-inch inseam if you're confident in how your physique looks and your legs. Number 3, shop for pieces, not outfits. Now, the reason I said to pick interchangeable pieces in neutral colors to start with is because you want to build a wardrobe that is interchangeable with each other. The more options you have to mix and match, the less clothing you will need to buy overall. Keep this in mind when you're shopping and build around items that are more plain in their appearance, because the louder the clothing pieces are with their patterns and logos, the more difficult they are to match with other items. You want to feel like you have a lot of options every time you go to pick out an outfit, and that you can easily spice it up with a couple of tweaks here and there or by adding some accessories. Number 4, buy clothes that fit. I'm going to get to the biggest mistake that guys are making in my next point, but this one is a very close second, and it's the fact that most guys are wearing clothes that are not a good fit for their physique. There's a baggy or oversized aesthetic that has been a bit trendy in the last few years, but in general, most adult men are going to look and feel better with clothes that are more tailored to their body type and display their physique in a positive light. I personally don't like wearing the baggy or oversized aesthetic that often because it hides your body, and going back to my point about being in shape, it hides the work that you've done in the gym. And that's also a negative for attracting women because they will obviously be attracted to an in-shape body. So with that said, if you want to mix in some baggy or oversized pieces, fine, but build the core of your wardrobe around pieces that fit you in a flattering way. Don't go too tight with things to where it looks like you're shopping at Baby Gap, but your sleeves should hug your arms in a complimentary way, your jeans should taper down your leg and break at your shoe without bunching up, and nothing should hide the silhouette of your body too much. Your style should actually draw people to your face and your physique. They shouldn't be drawn to the clothes necessarily. And as a rough guideline, I almost always choose slim fit shirts and pants, but you'll have to experiment with your body type and what feels best for you. Also, be sure to utilize a tailor if things don't fit quite right. A tailor is something that all men should be using more often. Number 5, most guys are dressing too childish for their age. So by far the biggest mistake I see guys making with their style is dressing too childish for their age. Now, this doesn't mean to dress like a grandpa, but you never want to detract from your masculine essence by making yourself look less mature than you are. Common mistakes with this are wearing silly, childish graphic t-shirts, baggy shorts that hit below the knee, lazy and sloppy footwear, and clothes that just don't fit right. With graphic tees, you almost never want to wear these unless there's a reason to, such as a very specific event or a sporting event like a football game. And one exception I would make to this is some streetwear items can look cool sometimes with a certain aesthetic and a certain look, but again, you have to be careful balancing the amount of logos and graphics and everything there. I would still aim for a more minimal style with that, but it's left up to personal taste. I do like wearing streetwear sometimes. But definitely stop wearing graphic t-shirts with goofy punchlines and sayings on them. Graphic tees tend to distract from your look rather than add to it, and good style will draw attention to your face and your overall look in a positive light. Kids also tend to wear a lot of graphic t-shirts, so it's something that is associated with a youthful look by default. Now, as a general rule of thumb, it's always better to lean toward the classic masculine aesthetic than it is away from it. Think of someone like James Bond, who wears tailored suits, shirts that complement his physique, pants that taper nicely, and nice shoes. Nothing looks childish or out of place, and his clothing draws focus to his face and his physique, not away from those features. Now, another important element to touch on is picking the right colors for your skin tone. If you have lighter skin, you're going to want to stick to darker neutrals on average, and if you have darker skin, you're going to have more options with pastels and lighter colors. The reason for this is that lighter skin tones will tend to blend in and get lost in lighter colors more easily, and vice versa. If you have very fair skin and wear a muted yellow color, the contrast between your clothing and your skin is going to be very minimal, versus someone who has a darker skin tone and wears a nice shade of green or purple. The color will pop more in contrast to their skin in a positive way. There are exceptions to this rule, but to keep things simple for this video, always consider your skin tone relative to the colors that you are choosing and make sure that they're complementary. For example, I don't wear white very often unless my skin has some color to it from the sun in the warmer months. Otherwise, I tend to stick to shades of navy, gray, black, burgundy, and olive. The next thing I want to talk about is investing in quality footwear and outerwear. When you piece your wardrobe together, don't spend a ton on your t-shirts and jeans. Instead, put that money toward quality shoes and outerwear. The reason for this is that there isn't a massive difference in jeans and t-shirts for the price until you get to the highly expensive pieces, and even then it becomes a question of if it's even worth it or not. However, shoes and outerwear are definitely worth it, and a quality jacket or pair of shoes can last you years and years if you take care of them. It's also easier to distinguish cheap shoes from nice shoes, and nicer shoes will almost always be more comfortable to wear all day. Also, remember how I said that guys tend to dress too childish for their age? Well, a big part of that is also the footwear that they choose. For example, think about how many guys you see wearing flip-flops everywhere in the summer. If they simply switched to a nice white sneaker or something like an espadrille, it would immediately upgrade their looks by leaps and bounds. With outerwear, quality jackets and coats can last forever with the right care, and nicer pieces tend to fit better and have better quality fabric, so they can make for a quality investment that lasts a long time. Now, there's more to say on this topic, but I don't want this video to get too long, so let me know down in the comments if you would like me to continue with another video on the topic of men's fashion 101 and some of the basics, or any other specific men's fashion questions that you may have. Also, be sure to check the links in the description for some of the things I have to offer. Make sure you watch this video next, and I will see you in the next one.